Hello students, how are you? I hope you are doing well during the lockdown period. This is your IT instructor and I am here to give you some important lecture on few topics of communication skills. So I request you to please watch this video from starting till the end so that you can get important knowledge from my video. So without wasting your time, first of all, I just want to welcome you on my this YouTube channel. This is Virendra. I welcoming you on this online class session, and this video basically belongs to class 11th student. Class 11th student already studying the information technology subject. The subject code is 802. So I hope this video is definitely fruitful for you. So this is the content which we are going to study in this session. The name of the session is writing skills, sentences, and these are the topics we are going to cover in this video. Number 1, part of sentences. Number 2, part of a type of object. Number 3, type of sentences. Number 4, type of sentences according to their purpose. And the last topic is paragraph. I hope you are able to cope up with this kind of video so that you are familiar little about this kind of topics in your earlier classes. Sure, I am definitely sure. So coming to the next slide. This is your first slide according to the session number 8, and the topic is parts of sentences. So as you all know that every sentence, whatever the sentence you are going to teach in your life, in your study, in your any place, every sentence contains 3 parts. Number 1, subject. Number 2, verb. Number 3, object. But the question arises here. The question is, what is subject? What is verb? What is object? I think you are able to see one picture which is given on this slide, and this depicts about what are the parts of your sentences and how you are going to categorize about what is subject, what is verb, and what is object. Now I am going to tell you what is subject. So in Hindi, subject means Vishay. So right now we are not going to talk about any particular kind of subject, any particular kind of Vishay. Only we are focused subject according to the grammar. Yes, we are going to focus the subject according to the grammar. Now, the subject is nothing but it's a one kind of person, maybe the person or maybe the thing, and that subject may perform your action. Likewise, I am the teacher here, and I am performing a teaching here. So I can say here that I am going to teach you information technology. So the particular word is a subject. Suppose I am telling you, Sushil is going to the home. Sushil is having a pen. Sushil is going to the market. So right now in every sentence the Sushil word is a subject. I am giving you one more example which is depicts on your screen, that is Divya reads a book. Divya reads a book. In this sentence, Divya is considered as a subject. Why? Yes, tell me why. The reason is Divya is doing the action. And what is the action? Divya is reading the book. So reading is the one kind of action that is performed by Divya. I think you are able to understand. And the remaining part, a book. That thing is considered as an object. Grammatically, you're already aware about this thing, but right now in my session, I am going to give you more about this. Let me give you one more thing. If anybody asks you what is verb, so verb means whatever the action is going to perform, whatever the action is going to perform, that action is considered as a verb. Likewise, I am teaching you. So teaching is the one kind of verb. Reads is an action that is considered as verb. Watching, okay, many kinds of verbs are there. Likewise, if I use in grammar is, am, are, was, were, like these all are considered as a verb, because without this we can't have any kind of word to convert in the verb. I think you are able to understand. Now I am coming to the next part, that is object. I have already told you, it is a person or thing that receives the action. Means whatever means, Divya is a student. Divya is already reading a book. So Divya is the subject, reads is the verb, and a book is also a thing. A book is a thing, and that receives the action. One more thing I just want to highlight here. I think you are able to understand what is the subject, what is the verb, what is the object. But I will just give you a one kind of like a guru mantra. Means one kind of is how we are going to identify easily. Okay, what is subject, how what is verb, and what is object. So the one kind of tips is, you will ask a question by yourself. Okay, you will ask a question by yourself. The question is like who, what. Okay, just remember two words, who, what, and these two words give you the answer. Means who has studied, who is reading, you will get the answer, Divya. So Divya is the subject. Okay, I think you are able to understand. Now coming to the next part, that is verb. Verb means if you are going to perform any kind of action, then it is considered as verb. It means that like reads is considered as verb. Why? Because it's an action. Okay, so you can say that the particular verb which is depicting one kind of action is considered as verb. Now, let me give you the detail about how we are going to identify the verb. Just think about it. Just ask a question from yourself. The question is, is your act giving one kind of action? Are you performing any action? What is the action? Immediately you will get the answer. Reads, writes, okay, many answers you will get. So that is the way to identify the verb. Let me come to the object also. For object, you have to remember what you are reading. Means what is the one kind of word that will give you the answer. What you are reading, answer is a book. Okay, so what depicts one kind of giving the answer related to your object. Now coming to the next slide. If you have any kind of query related to this particular topic, definitely you can come to me by using your YouTube comments or maybe from the WhatsApp also. Okay, so without wasting your time, come to the next slide. Okay, this is your topic number 2, and the topic is type of object. I think you are able to understand the last topic. Let me give you the details about types of object. So right now, in a particular sentence, 3 parts are there. That is, first one is subject, second one is verb, third one is object. Now we are going to focus on the object. So in this particular thing, the object is divided into 2 parts, direct or indirect. Maybe the thing which receives the action is direct or indirect. As the picture depicts you, there is a boy and there is a girl. Sorry, there is a mother. So one sentence is written here, Abdul gave a gift to his mother. Now, if you give you the particular details about this particular sentence, it means that Abdul is the one kind of subject, okay, because he is doing the action, so he is subject now. Now, if we coming to the next part, that is the what action he has performed, so he is giving something up to his mother. So, gave is the one kind of verb. Now, if I will ask you that what is the thing received by his mother, then your answer is a gift. So, a gift is considered as object. Now, the question arises here that in a whole sentence, a gift is a direct object or indirect object. Now, you have to decide what kind of object you are using in this particular sentence. I think you are getting my question. So, for giving this kind of answer for this question, let me have details about what is direct object and what is indirect object. Now, first of all, let me read out the sentence and then I will give the explanation about this. Okay, the sentence written here, they are the ones directly acted on by the action verb. It answers the question what, and if the verb reads and we ask what does the Divya read, the answer is book. So that is the direct book. Okay, so the meaning of this whole sentence, let me give you the details about this. Means, just think about it, on which object the direct action is going to be performed. On which means, I mean to say, Abdul is giving a gift to his mother. It means there is no in between of any of the thing, and Abdul is the person giving a gift to his mother. So a gift is a object and Abdul is performing the action on that object. It means that that object is a direct object. Now, in earlier slides you have read about one sentence. Divya reads a book. Divya is subject. Okay. Now, verb is reads and a book is a object. Now, you have to ask a self question that what action is going to perform on which object, on which thing. You will definitely get the answer. So, just think about it. What action is going to perform on which object directly, and you will definitely get the answer. Now, let me come to the indirect object. I think you are able to understand now. Now, let me give you the details about another thing. So, indirect object means it answers questions such as to whom and for whom. किसके लिए था? Okay, like this. It means that in direct object, you are just focusing on what does Divya read. Means what Divya ने क्या पढ़ा. Okay, so you are directly get the answer book. Okay, what does the Abdul give? You directly get the answer gift. So in the same way, you have to ask a question by themselves, by own self, that to whom he is giving the gift. To whom he is giving the gift. So answer is mother. Okay. So Abdul's mother receiving the gift. So mother is act as a indirect object. Okay. So this is all about your direct object and indirect object. Let me give you a little bit recall for the previous one. First, we have studied about type of sentences. In that, we are categorizing the sentence into three parts. Number one, subject, verb, object. Now, in next slide, we are focusing only two things, that is direct object and indirect object. Okay, so this is all about, we are going to study in topic 1 and topic 2. Let me come to the next slide to give you the more about this. Now, this is your next slide. Right now, in this slide, you are able to find out some examples. Okay, some sentences are given here. That sentences giving a particular direction, particular idea, so that you can easily identify which one is which kind of object. Let me give you one sentence here. Rima bought vegetable. Very good, a very easy sentence for you. Rima is the subject, bought is the verb, and vegetable is the object. Now the question arises here. What thing is bought by Rima? Answer is vegetable. So vegetable is the direct object. Why? Tell me why. The answer is Rima is performing the action directly on the vegetable. Okay? So that's the answer of your question. Your question is, what particular action is going to perform by the Rima? Rima is something buying. Okay? What thing is she has buy? That is vegetable. Okay? So you are focusing on what? Okay? W-H-A-T. You are focusing on what? Let me come to the next sentence. Fatima and Sonia played tennis. Okay? So right now we have to consider Fatima and Sonia both are subject, action, whatever the action is, played, and that is a verb, and the last one is tennis. So tennis is the game that is considered as a one kind of object. Now the question arises, same question arises here. Is it the direct object or indirect object? So just think about it. Fatima and Sonia both are playing tennis, and that is directly achieving the target with the help of any action. Okay, so that it means that both are having a direct object, that is only one thing, that is tennis. So tennis is act as a direct object. Let me take one more example. He offered me a chocolate. He is the subject. Okay, offered is the verb. Now three words are remaining. Me or chocolate. Okay. So right now I am just taking only two parts. One is me and one is a chocolate. Now we have to think about me is which kind of object and a chocolate is the which kind of object. Okay. So just remember the definition what I have given you, that if the direct action is performed on any of the thing, that is considered as a direct object, and rest will be your indirect object. Okay. Now I think you are able to getting me my each and every point. Now coming to the answer of this question. So the direct action is performed by he, that is one kind of pronoun. Okay, and the direct action is performed by any of the pronoun, that is he, and on what thing the action is performed, that is a chocolate. So a chocolate is considered as direct object. Now me is remaining here, so me is considered as indirect object, because to whom you are giving that chocolate, to whom? So to him it comes under, to whom, that comes under which thing? Indirect object. I think you are getting me. Okay, I am just going to take last sentence. The teacher gave us homework. The teacher gave us homework. So the teacher is the subject, gave is the your What thing? Verb. Yes. Good answer. Now, coming to the last part. And now only two words are remaining here. Us and homework. Now, to whom it is the teacher giving the homework? To whom? Answer is us. It means that your us is considered as indirect object. Yes, correct answer. And homework? Homework is considered as, yes, tell me. Homework is considered as direct object. Yes. Why? Yes, you should know about the reason also. Because the teacher is giving the homework on to the particular person. Okay. And on which thing? On which thing is giving the homework? That is, what thing is giving the homework? That is, yes, tell me. Homework, that is direct object. Absolutely correct. So, this is the way you can identify the direct and indirect object. Let me come to the next slide. Yes, now I am coming to the next topic, and the topic is type of sentence according to their purpose. Yes, type of sentence according to their purpose. Yes. So in this topic we are going to have two kind of subtopics. Number one, active and passive sentences, and number two, type of sentences according to their purpose. Okay, so let me come to the next thing, that is active and passive sentences. So first of all, we have to know what is active voice and what is passive voice. So I think you all are studying in your earlier classes about this active voice and passive voice. Now, right now in this video I will give you the brief about this. Okay. So let's have a definition. Okay. So sentences where the subject does an action means ऐसा वाक्य जिसमें कि सब्जेक्ट ने कोई एक्शन किया है वो सेंटेंस कहलाएगा एक्टिव वॉइस. पैसिव वॉइस क्या होगा? द सेंटेंस इन विच सब्जेक्ट रिसीव्स एन एक्शन, दैट इज नोन एज पैसिव वॉइस. Okay, so I think these two definitions is very much clear to you, and to give you the details, to give you the description about this, let's take one example. Okay, the sentence is Sanjay broke a glass. Sanjay broke a glass. Okay, so Sanjay, you know that it's the subject. Now broke is the one kind of action, and the glass is the one kind of object. Now, the definition says that in a sentence where the subject does an action, in a sentence, okay, where the subject does an action, okay, so what is the action here? Broke. So now we are already given the definition of active voice and passive voice. And we are on the sentence. The sentence is Sanjay broke the glass. Okay, in this Sanjay is the subject, broke is the verb, and the glass is the one kind of object. Now we have to understand how we are going to identify that this sentence is a particular active voice or passive voice. How we are going to identify? So for this, just think about it, that is the subject doing any kind of action? Okay, आप ये सोचिए कि किसी सब्जेक्ट ने कौन सा एक्शन किया है. ओके, संजय ने ग्लास तोड़ा था. ओके, सो तोड़ना इज द वन काइंड ऑफ, यस, वर्ब. Okay, so right now subject does the action, so you can say that Sanjay broke the glass is the one kind of active voice. I think you are able to understand. Now what we are going to understand, we have to understand what is passive voice. So sentences in which the subject receives an action. Now we have to find out means what kind of sentences are there who receives the action. Okay? Now I am going to read one sentence for you. The glass was broken by Sanjay. Okay? How would you know that a subject receives an action? Now think about him. Right now where the subject is. Right now I have already told you the glass is the object and Sanjay is the subject in first sentence. Now it will be reversed. The glass comes in place of subject and Sanjay come in place of object. Okay? Now broke is going to convert into was broken. Now the whole sentence become the glass was broken by Sanjay. Okay? So in this संजय के द्वारा ग्लास तोड़ा गया. Okay, Sanjay is receiving one kind of action. So that is called passive voice. So I think you are able to understand. Let me take one more example here. Some examples are active voice and passive voice. In active voice, you are just think about it that she wrote a letter. Okay, wrote. Okay, wrote means लिखा. So किसने लिखा? She. She is the one kind of subject. Okay, a letter is the one kind of object. Now reverse the subject and object. Reverse, yes. Okay, a letter. Now wrote is become third form, that is verb का third form लीजिए was written by her. Now, so आपको यहाँ पर एक रूल पता चल रहा है कि जब हम एक्टिव वॉइस से पैसिव वॉइस में जा रहे हैं हम तो सब्जेक्ट को ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं और ऑब्जेक्ट को सब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं हम. ओके, और ऐसा करने से आपको यहाँ पर एक आंसर मिल रहा है कि किस तरीके से हमें चयन करना और कन्वर्ट करना है. और यहाँ पर आपको बाय शब्द उस ऑब्जेक्ट से पहले जरूर यूज करना है. ही ओपन द डोर वॉज ओपन बाय हिम. अब आपका ही का हिम में चेंज कर देना है, शी का हर में चेंज करना है. मोहन प्लेड द फ्लूट. ओके, द फ्लूट वॉज प्लेड बाय मोहन, क्योंकि प्ले का थर्ड फॉर्म प्लेड होता है आपका और आपको वॉज लगाना है यहाँ पर. ये कुछ एग्जांपल्स थे. दीज आर सम एग्जांपल्स हियर एंड आई होप यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन that is very very helpful for you. And one more thing, right now we are studying here about the part of communication skill. So in this communication skill, okay, these kind of grammatical things will help you a lot. Suppose you have gone for any interview, okay, and at that time you have some kind of hesitation that you don't know English, your communication skill is very very poor. Then at that time what you will do, okay, if you know the each and everything, your confidence level is very high, and at that time you are able to give answers of any of the question. Okay, you can communicate with the person, okay, with very efficient way, very good manner. Okay, so please be remember, this thing is going to teach here only for one reason, to improve your communication skill. Okay, now coming to the next slide. Okay students, now your next slide is type of sentences according to their purpose. I think I have in previous slide I have given you that two subtopics are there. One is active voice and second is passive voice. And right now we are coming to the next subtopic, that's one kind of type of sentences. कितने तरह के सेंटेंस होते हैं? जैसे आप इंटरव्यू देने गए, do you want a water? या फिर आपने बोला may I sit here? Can I come in? ये कुछ अलग तरह के सेंटेंस है. ये एक सारे आपने क्वेश्चन. हैव यू ड्रंक, ये किस तरह का सेंटेंस है? सोचिए, हैव यू ड्रंक, क्या तुमने पी रखी है? हैव यू रीड माई क्वेश्चंस? यस, टेल मी व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सेंटेंसेस? यस, योर आंसर इज, व्हाट इज योर आंसर? Yes, it's a one kind of exclamatory sentence. Yes. May I sit here? Yes, tell me. What kind of sentence is? Yes, tell me. Yes, the answer is imperative sentence. Okay? So right now, this is the one kind of sentence. Please sit down. What is this? This is one. So also one kind of sentence. Okay, this is the one kind of order. Now, what I'll do here, we're going to make a category that what type of sentences you are having. Okay? Likewise, questions, statements, reactions, order. Okay? So I think you are able to understand that these kinds of sentences having these kind of categories. Let's have a detail about this. Yes, that's the main thing came here. Okay? So in this, okay students, now I am coming to the type of sentences. So in this, as you know, in the previous slide we have given some kind of categories to you. Number one, exclamatory, imperative, okay, and some other kinds of sentences. Okay, so right now if you are using any kind of statement, that will come under declarative sentence. And if you come to the any other type, that is if you are having a question mark at the end, then it will become under interrogative sentences. Yes, and if you are giving one kind of reactions with the emotion, that is come under exclamatory sentence. If you are giving any kind of order, then order will come with the help of imperative sentences. Okay, so let me give you the details about the same so that you can have a better understanding. Okay, and please make sure that if you are writing anything, yes, because right now if you are going to the interview, at the time of interview, the oral communication is checked by the higher authorities. Yes, surely it will be checked. But written communication also going to be checked. So if you are doing a lots of grammatical mistake, then it will give a bad impression on your higher authorities. Okay, so please ensure that you should know about the writing skills. ओके, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल ये होने का मतलब नहीं है कि केवल आपको ओरल ही आना चाहिए. ओके, योर रीडिंग इज गुड, योर राइटिंग इज गुड, एंड योर स्पीकिंग इज ऑल्सो गुड. 3 things must be good. Okay, and how you are going to represent yourself in front of the higher authorities, in front of the your interviewer, that's the important thing. Okay, so let's come to the topic here, that is declarative sentence. So whatever the sentence we are writing, most of the sentences having a full stop, and that full stop indicates you that this is the end of your sentence. I think you are able to clear. It is no doubt in this. So in a statement there is no doubt, and the only one thing you have to remember, that you should put a full stop at the end. That come under declarative sentence. Now that's a very, very easy sentence for you. What is the sentence is? Interrogative sentence, and very, very easy to identify. Every sentence having a question mark, that come under interrogative sentence, and that is the one kind of question. Now next is exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory means you are showing your emotions, your reactions. Okay, like your sadness, your wonder, your fear, your joy, okay, your strong emotion, that everything, and you at the end of sentence you are putting an exclamatory mark. Okay, so that come under your exclamatory sentence. Now coming to the last, not the least, that is imperative sentence. Okay, the imperative sentence may be your order, your command, your request, your advice. 4 things. Remember only 4 things: command, order, request, advice. And maybe the sentence end with full stop or exclamation mark. Let me give you the details about it. Go to the college today. Okay? Wear your sweater. Complete your project. Sit down. Go and bring water for me. Okay? Come, let's have a cup of tea. Okay? So this is the one kind of imperative sentence. Okay? So I think you are able to understand each and every point. But if you have any kind of query, definitely you can get in touch with me by using your YouTube comments, and I will also share my WhatsApp number so that you can have queries to me. Okay, now with this, coming to the next slide. So this is the last topic of this video, and in this part we are going to understand paragraph. Very, very important topic for you. रीजन, जब आप इंटरव्यू देने जाते हैं तो उस समय आपका जो ओरल कम्युनिकेशन है वो तो चेक किया जाता है, इट मस्ट बी मेजर्ड, बट साइमल्टेनियसली योर रिटन कम्युनिकेशन इज ऑल्सो, एंड यू आर राइटिंग योर थिंग्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ यस पैराग्राफ. यस, यू आर सेइंग राइट. You are writing each and everything in the form of paragraph. Okay? So, while writing the paragraph, whatever the previous things I have given you, that you have to use. Where the active voice is there, where the passive voice is there. Okay, whatever the sentence you came in mind, that should be represented in a good way. Okay? And keep in mind, your writing should be clear. So writing should be good. Okay, let's come to the topic. What is paragraph? Okay, you know that whenever you are writing any sentence, that sentence or group of words in a systematic order. मतलब क्या हुआ? Whenever you are arranging a word in a systematic order, then you are saying that this is the sentence. But if you write many sentences and whatever the previous sentence is going to write, that having a one kind of relation. Yes, one kind of relation. So that comes under paragraph. Okay? So paragraph is nothing but it's a group of sentences. So when you are writing a paragraph, then make sure that sentences have a common idea. Yes. कि जब आप अपने पैराग्राफ को लिखेंगे तो इस बात का ध्यान रखेंगे कि कॉमन आइडिया जरूर हो. प्रीवियस सेंटेंसेस और जो करेंट सेंटेंस है दोनों में कुछ ना कुछ रिलेशन हो. बट जैसे ही आपका कॉमन आइडिया नहीं रहता है, आपका डिफरेंट आइडिया चालू होता है, आपने वहां पर पैराग्राफ चेंज करना है आपको. ओके, वहां पर पैराग्राफ आपको चेंज करना है. ओके, एक एग्जांपल देखिए. इफ यू आर राइटिंग अबाउट योर स्कूल, the first paragraph can be a sentence about the name, location, size and other things, but in the next paragraph you can write the sentence to describe about your school. मतलब क्या हुआ कि आपने स्कूल के बारे में बताना चाहा, तो पहले आपने पैराग्राफ में आपने बताया कि क्या विद्यालय का नाम है, क्या लोकेशन है, स्ट्रेंथ है, कितने बच्चे हैं, या बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपने बताई. फिर आपने विद्यालय की जो आपने पैराग्राफ चेंज किया, अब आप क्वालिटीज़ के बारे में बताने लगे आप. ठीक है, तो जब आप क्वालिटीज़ के बारे में बताओगे तो आप वहाँ पर पैराग्राफ को चेंज कर दोगे आप. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर पैराग्राफ टॉपिक. ओके, एनी डाउट प्लीज आस्क मी. No doubt, but I insist you, if you have any kind of doubt, please come to me. Please come to me. Now coming to the next slide. That's the end of your video. Yes, that's the end of your video. So thank you so much for watching my video from starting till the end, and we will meet in next video very soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Please share this video to other of your friends. And the final and one sentence for you. Please share your valuable feedback to me so that if any kind of any kind of remark is there, any kind of demerit is there, I can improve it. So thanks for watching. Thanks.